all boils down to determination of the board and management of this hospital to achieve its vision, which is that of excellence in healthcare delivery. We knew it was a daunting task. It wasn't an easy one, but there was a will. And since there was a will, we believed there was going to be a way. When these children were born, about 15 months ago, in a hospital in Nasarawa local government. They were brought here within the first week after their delivery. And from that time onwards, we took responsibility for their care. And the natural thing was that just few weeks before then, another similar conjoined twins were delivered in this hospital by a cesarean section. The belief was that we do not have enough capacity to take care of them, so they were quickly referred to National Hospital. When I came in and I saw this, I said, no, we have the capacity. We only need to upgrade our equipment. And I was very, very confident on the capacity of the staff that we have on ground. So we decided we were not going to refer the patients. And knowing that the best time to do the separation with minimal risk is when the children are at least 6 months of old. It then means that on a scale of time, we have been given at least 6 months to prepare. So whatever it takes, within 6 months, it should be possible for us to do all the necessary preparation to achieve success. So we undertook it, and we decided to fix all that we do not have. And within 6 to 9 months, we were ready to go on. We fixed a date. Incidentally, the COVID came up, so we couldn't do it immediately for all the logistics associated with COVID. Nobody was even sure of what was acceptable and what was not acceptable for COVID at that point in time. So we had to wait to understand the disease better and the risk it will pose to the children and the staff if we decide to undertake such a venture at that point in time. So way into the COVID, about 3-4 months after much has been understood, and within that same period, it gave us the opportunity to come up with all the necessary equipment, the basic training and upgrading we need to have. And in collaboration with some of our colleagues in National Hospital and other hospitals around from Jos and other places who were interested in a particular case, they came around. We usually do this when we have a case of interest like this, because when the one in National Hospital was separated, we also went there to participate. So when we had ours, we also let them know, and a lot of interest were generated, and they came around. And eventually, because in line with COVID, we want to make sure the babies and the staff are safe. So we had to screen every participant for COVID-19, and anybody who was found positive was dropped from the list. And all those who were found to be clear, incidentally and luckily for us, none of the key participants was positive. So we didn't have any setback. So we went ahead, and the operations were undertaken. And it was done successfully and smoothly. There was no heartaches throughout the surgery, no complication during the surgery, and the children came out successfully. And then today, just like we had seen them earlier, they are doing very well. In fact, fit enough to go home. But we want to make sure everybody is happy, including the parents, that these children are good to be on their own. Any moment from now, they are fit to go, and we'll be able to let them go. So that's the story.
How long did the surgery last?
It was a 9-hour operation, started early in the morning, we finished late in the afternoon or thereabout, in the early evenings. So it was a 9-hour operation.
How many team?
The team here is a very all-encompassing team, including those who help in preparing the children from the time of birth, those who make sure the children were put to a safe sleep, those who made sure the children were given the right meal to take, those who will take care of them in theater, and then of course those who will take care of them while in the intensive care unit are all parts of the team. So in all, we have about 52 members of the team. So it's a 52-member team, and there's no aspect of the contribution to the success that is to be taken for granted. So we believe everybody was a member of the team in that 52, and all of them contribute in one way or the other to the final success that was achieved in the separation of these two. The children were majorly joined in the abdomen and the lower chest. The lower chest, that's the costal cartilage, that's the lower part of the ribs. The lower ribs were joined. The front of the chest at the lower end was also joined. Then the abdomen. And the abdomen, of course, they were sharing a common liver, which with special equipments we used, we were able to separate the liver successfully. We didn't lose any significant amount of blood to warrant for any anxiety in the theater. So we thank God for everything. Everything was quite successful, and the children were separated.